Hi, it's Aunt B from Aunt B's Homestead. I'm coming to you with the title called Patch Your Heart. But it's really about how to patch the clothes you like and want to preserve. Okay? So, as a child, I watched my mom cover ripped jeans, stained clothes, and the holes that we might have cut in our clothes with patches. I also saw her iron on patches for decoration when creating as she was sewing. So, in this video, I will show you how to use iron on patches for decoration. Okay. And I'll show you how to go from a rectangular shape, like I'm holding, to a heart shape. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. For this, you're going to need a pen. I've already drawn on mine, and written words on mine, so I don't need my pen today, but you would need a pen, scissors, and of course the patches that you want to use. Rectangular shape is good for what we're doing today. So, rectangular shape, I'll go ahead and get started showing you what I've already done. First, you want to, I took my rectangular shape, and as you can see, this is half of that shape, okay? So you can cut your rectangular shape into two or cut it in half so that you can have extra hearts if you like, okay? So once you've cut that rectangular shape in half, you want to fold that rectangular, that small or half rectangle, sorry. You want to fold that half rectangle, okay? Now we're cooking. And let me show you the one I have already started cutting. After you fold it and draw a letter C on the fold, so just as I'm doing, a letter C on the fold, you cut that out and it will make a heart. I'll show you one that I had already started and then I'll show you another, okay? So, ta-da, turns into a heart. So we took this rectangular shape, cut half of it like this, folded it over like so, and then we cut around as I'm about to do, and we made a heart. Ta-da! That's a patch. As you can see, the back is still on this patch. I will remove this when it's time to apply it to my whatever design fabric that I have and whatever design I decide to use it for. So it could be an apron that I want to turn into an apron decorated with hearts. So whatever style I decide on, I'm cutting this as I'm talking. So whatever style or project I decide to use these on, I'll have them ready. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, and as you probably saw just then, well, hello. I see one, two, I see two people down there saying hi. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I am making heart shapes out of patches. Ta-da! Okay, so hello, I see it looks like Marine or Marine or Marin, and I see Alexander. Well, hello, thank you for being the first two to type in the comment section. I really appreciate that. You see some scraps. I'm going to move over to the side because we are cutting out our heart shapes. I'm taking rectangular shape patches. I'm taking those, making them very functional for sewing crafts that use in the future. But I also want to tell people four reasons okay? I told you how I came across patches, and that's when my parent was sewing and would patch things up for us. But because patches are very functional, and sewing and crafting, here's four reasons you can use them. For one, to cover up holes and rips, okay? You don't have to use hearts to cover up holes, but you can use the whole patch. Rectangular shape, you can choose circular shapes, or you could cut this in half and just use part of it. I mean, I would suggest cutting this if you want to use half of it. I would suggest using decorative edge scissors so that this die cut that's perfect could be mimicked as you use the decorative edge scissors. Okay, so that's number one. Cover up holes. Okay, that's one reason to use patches. Number two is to hide stains. If you get stains on something, for instance, if you're washing your clothes and you wash something white with something yellow and then a stain comes off on it, you can use a pretty patch to put over that stain. Okay, so that's two. Cover holes, hide stains. Number three, to create the style that reflects your personality. As I said, one of my projects, I'll use the heart shapes, but it depends on, what I want to do. I have to think about that for a little bit. But for instance, if I wanted to put this black heart on the denim, to make it stand out a little more, or any other color. All right, so that's number three. For number one, cover up holes, hide stains, and then number three, create the style that reflects your fun personality. And number four is branding. You use patches for branding. As you see, I have a patch here. I am not advertising for this. This is just for educational purposes. I have a Lee patch here, and of course, if you have Lee jeans, you know that that patch is put there for branding purposes. So we can do that too. If you want hearts on everything that you do, people would begin to identify your project by the hearts that you use. So I hope you begin to use patches in your future of crafting and sewing. That's why I use them, and I think they're very useful. But one last thing I want to say about that is, as you can see on this patch, they had to sew it down. Okay, they had to sew it down. So when you use stick-on patches or iron-on patches, of course, it has this adhesion on the back, as you can see. Okay, I don't want to ruin it, but as you can see, it has adhesion on the back, and then you could stick it onto your project and iron it on. Okay, but if you don't have one with this iron on, and it's just a standard patch for branding, etc. As you can see, there's nothing, no adhesive on the back. You're going to have to use your needle, use your thread, And you're going to have to go around that patch and tack it down, okay? But what you can do is, if it's big enough, you can use your sewing machine. If you have the right footers, you can also use your sewing machine. But with something small like this, I would rather just hand stitch it. And it's up to you how you want it to look. You can use white thread to create a little contrast, or you can use black thread or a darker thread so that it can blend in. So that's how we're patching hearts today. Thank you all so much for coming in. Thank you for saying hello. And thank you for asking, what are you doing? You know, whatever question you ask, I'll be able to answer it. Just put it in the comment section. And if you have activities that you're doing on your page, go ahead and comment. Come look at my page, or come look at what I'm working on. And of course, I will come over. I will look at it. And I would just like to extend to you a very pleasant afternoon and to say, have a marvelous rest of your day. If you like anything that you see on this page, go ahead and give a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe, and then review all of the videos that I've done previously. I think we're up to about 40 videos. Um, yeah, about 40 videos in a month. So there's plenty to watch. Yeah, between 30 and 40 videos. So there's plenty to watch, and I post often. I do post randomly. Go ahead and look at the bio, and then you can find out what I'm about. And again, have a marvelous rest of your day. Thank you for visiting Aunt V's Homestead. Bye bye.